We have to just be honest about the elephant in the room. Katie wears a skirt all the time on the show. So I was like, you know what? I'm new boot goofing. I got these new boots.
I like them.
So I want to wear a skirt with them. And my cellulite is just like so popping. It always has been. It's genetic. And
you're wearing a tight skirt, though.
I feel really insecure. Well, next time I'll wear one down to my ankles.
No,
like
it's not
Ethel
about
Cain.
that. But when you wear something tight, it's going to red up.
If you're watching this at home, I'm sorry. We're just going to have to get through the adjustments. We're trying to. This is my cellulite
If
pillow.
Dayna flashes you, you're welcome.
Yeah, the whole Sharon Stone of it all also.
Welcome to Disrespectfully
with Katie Maloney
and Dayna Keaton.
Unapologetically,
We're here to do what we want to do.
spilling the tea.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women. Like,
Disrespectfully.
Okay, so we can't be specific about what we were just discussing, but all we have to say is, don't you feel like more people should tell you that you're right?
All the time.
Don't you feel like you're owed that kind of?
I'm a little bit. Only because it's just, I think people always think my intentions of when I'm trying to be outspoken about something or stand on business, they think it's coming from a place of entitlement or I know it all or they think that. I'm like, I'm just trying to be real with you. If you don't want to listen to me, I'll shut up and then you can just fail.
Right.
But I know people have to learn for themselves. Like there's some things that people just need to figure out on their own.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like retroactively for them to go back and say, you know what? I get it now. You weren't just being a bitch. You like there was actual reason. I'm like, all right.
Well, I can tell you I'm chuckling about it for you. So, oh no. Was it?
Yeah.
Did you send it?
No. Why?
Did
you just record a voice note?
Did you hear the noise?
No. I was just recording that entire thing on accident because I pulled up a text message to read to her and the window was open. Whenever you are...
That just happened live in the studio.
Always exit out of your text messages, folks. I'm never... Anyway.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't care if that one sent though. I'd be like,
yeah, that one we'd be like, we'd say that to your face.
Yeah.
We're good on that.
And I mean it.
In a big way. You will say it to their face. Anyway, okay, speaking of weirdos and text messages, we have so much to talk about today.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the other day, you have really inspired me over the past few months because I've been wearing clothes, okay?
Oh, right.
So you
dressed.
really have. For 4 years, I have worn leggings and hoodies all day, every day. Still a great option. But the other day, I was getting ready to run some errands. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I put an outfit on and just slick my hair back and put some mascara on? I took 5 minutes and I was like, why don't you take some pride in yourself?
It takes 5 minutes just to not reach for the soft clothes and just put on jeans, a cute pair of shoes, and like a, you know.
I had these on with those black shorts that I love that are longer and a t-shirt and a cute earring.
Style.
I'm like,
immediate.
I have just been so comfortable being so ugly in public for so long. It's crazy.
I know because the thing is, truthfully, so many people in LA wear their athleisure like they just came from yoga or from Pilates. And it's just, and so, yeah, it can be a look, I guess. But when you're just like, nope, I was just hanging out at home.
Yeah.
In my Lulus. And here I am, at the grocery.
Right. So, and I was going to Erewhon, which is a fancier grocery too. And there's cool people there. And look, I'm a slave to Erewhon now. I love it. They're super expensive. I don't grocery shop there, but I go to the deli. And I honestly, it's cheaper than Postmates so I'm like, why don't you just go get a really healthy meal and whatever. And I was running some errands in the area. So I was like, I'm going to go there. And there was a nice day out and we've had some gloom. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit there outside and just enjoy my lunch. Sitting there and I noticed this guy in my peripheral and he's kind of circling the area and he's in scrubs and he gets out of a Porsche. So I'm assuming he's a doctor of some kind.
Hot.
Yeah. And he's kind of cute, but I wasn't really sure. And I was just minding my beeswax and he came up and I had one AirPod in listening to a podcast and he comes up to me and I pull out my thing and I thought he wanted my chair. So I was like, oh yeah, you can take it. It's just me. And he was like, oh, thank you. And he sits down and I was like, oh no, I thought you were taking the chair. I'm sorry, what's happening right now? And he slides a card down in front of me and he's like, I'm a cosmetic surgeon. And he was basically like, so if you ever need anything, but then he was like, but if you don't want to be a patient, I'd love to take you out. And I was like, that's so nice. And love that.
And then I woke up.
Literally. So then he's his friend is behind me. So then they're chatting for a while and I took his card and we chatted for a second. And I was like, okay, the universe, thank you more, please. I need to just start getting ready. It's taken a turn. Also, you and I got a lot of exciting news. So I was very busy that afternoon. So I wasn't really paying attention. And then I decide to text him. He sends me back a very strange voice note. Starts with, "Hey, gorgeous." I'm not dating right now at all, but I was like, I'm going to make an exception because this guy came up to me in public. Like, that's really cool. It's a really weird voice note. And then he was like, "Are you available next week?" I gave him 1 day because I have a busy week. I don't know you. I just met you. And he was like, "That's it? Just 1 day?" And I was like, "I have a busy week and then I'm going to be out of town. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'll be back after the 18th. Last night, he sends me a text at 3 a.m. "You look so stunning sitting there. I really want to see you. So I'll try and make that date work." And I'm like, I'm blocking you. What are you talking about? We're not going out.
Dayna, why?
He's at 3 a.m. What are you doing at 3 a.m?
Maybe he was working late.
I'm not going to play the voice note here. I'm gonna show it to you when we're done, and I'm going to see if you still feel that way.
I don't know. I mean, I say maybe try.
He's a doctor. He might just have a weird schedule.
No, I looked up his like stuff too, and I don't know. We'll see, but I'm going to play it for you, and I think you'll feel differently.
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe he was just lying awake at night, couldn't stop thinking about you.
Late at night when all the world.
I'm just saying, you never know.
Well, thank you for inspiring me. I'm going to start doing that more. Just as not as even a hope to find love, just as like, what if you died tomorrow and everyone just remembers you as the ugly gremlin girl?
You should have sent a voicemail back saying, "What if we kissed in front of the smoothie bar at Air One?"
An Air One meet cute.
I love it. See, that's the kind of like interest I have. I don't do apps. So like having someone approach IRL out in the wilds
is a delight.
It
was a delight. I mean, it definitely, and like so many things happen, good things happen that day. And I was more so, you're supposed to say when something good happens to you, "Thank you more, please," to like tell the universe, like, yes, I like, even if it's just like a small glimmer, but like, yeah.
Listen, I watch a lot of rom-coms. So in my mind, like I'm playing the movie and I'm like, yeah, but you watch a lot of true crime. So
yeah, unfortunately tainted with that. Okay. How are you doing? Any meet cutes in your world? What's happening?
Of course not.
Can we talk about Diane Keaton?
Yeah. Okay. Well, a missed meet cute opportunity because Diane Keaton came into something about her yesterday. And this was like one of the days where I was like, I'm going to go to Pilates in the morning, take care of myself because I haven't been doing any of that lately. And so I do. And I'm like, I'll be there at 12:30. At 11:50, I'm like about to leave the house. Like Mackenzie, our manager, texts me. My mom sends me pictures. They're like, "Diane Keaton's here." And I was like, shut the front door. Like, of all the people to miss, Diane Keaton. She came in with like her son. I think whoever was driving the car couldn't find a parking spot, so they weren't going to eat in. But she ordered to go. She got 2 Dianes.
I was going to say, did she get the Diane?
And a Reese. So hopefully she loved them and she wants to come back and bring her friends.
Next time you're going to tell me that Meryl Streep was there and I'm going to be knocked over with a feather. Diane Keaton is the most iconic shit ever. Do you think every single person that has a sandwich named after them is going to start trickling in?
I freaking hope so. I mean, like, we were like, wouldn't that be cool if, like, you know, but now I'm kind of like, wait a minute. If Diane Keaton's rolling in there, I think.
And what do you say about that?
Thank you more, please.
Ladies, if you're listening, come on in.
Yeah.
Carrie, Reese, get
manifestation is real, folks. Just start like, be inspired and then integrate it into your life and then see what happens.
Do you daydream?
Yes, like constantly. What do you mean? I'm the most delusional person ever. I'm over
so
here
delusional.
Like la la la, like in a cloud.
That's what I like spending my time doing. It's euphoric. Like when I have nothing to do, I let my mind wander. And honestly, everything that I've ever gotten that I wanted usually came from that, of me like being delusional and thinking about it and feeling what it'll feel like. And
well, I think visualization is the most powerful form of manifestation. Like really, truly, just like putting yourself in that place that you want to be and just like soaking it in, even if it's just in your own fantasy, because you start to believe it and then it starts to come true. It's like the law of assumption. Like, this is already my life. These things have already happened. And then it does.
Well, congratulations. That's so exciting. I can't believe. And she had her little hat on and her little.
She's like,
she dresses.
She's so iconic. Yeah.
She doesn't own any leggings.
She has the coolest style ever. She's definitely got her sort of iconic look, like always a hat, always like a turtleneck or some sort of like neck scarf situation. Like she accessorizes like no one I've ever seen before. So it's just like, I was so bummed.
I know that is.
But it's okay. But you know what? I was so happy that my mom was there because my mom has always loved Diane Keaton so much. Like I attribute knowing Diane Keaton because of my mom. So the fact that my mom was there, I got to like chat with her. She's like, she made me feel like I was her new best friend. She was so nice, so cool.
I'm really glad.
Yeah, I know. And she got a picture with her. So
I know.
If I couldn't be there, that was the best case scenario.
First Wives Club is in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, and she's so good in it.
Oh my
I
God.
love her when she's like, I'm sorry. Having that freak out, it's just like iconic.
Her best freak out moment ever, though, the most iconic scene with her. Have you seen Baby Boom?
Yes.
When the well breaks and she's at her breaking point and she's just standing outside the house and she has a full-on meltdown. It's so epic.
It's so
like
epic.
she's so great.
She's also a great example of, as you get older and into more maturity, of like continuing to have great style and really caring, which is so wonderful, because I think people expect women to just become old biddies. And like, I love these days pregnancy style, and like Rihanna's pregnancy style, and just like the way that you don't have to conform. And like, I plan on dressing skanky until whatever big age I get to.
Yeah,
So,
I think if you wear it and it fits like your vibe and your personality, like it's all about confidence to pull off an outfit. It's not about, well, people are like, why don't you dress for your age or dress for your body? Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, that's
and
an
let
option.
everybody wear what they want to wear.
Yeah.
If you want to dress like a matronly, whatever the fuck from, I don't know where you're from, but then go ahead and do that.
Go for it.
No one's giving you shit, but
If you want to look like an extra from 19 and counting, go ahead. No one is stopping you. Let me wear pleather. Like,
yeah. Did you see that one girl who was like going off? It was on TikTok. And
probably, but continue.
Yeah. And she was talking about crop tops. She's like, just because they're in and they're having a moment doesn't mean everyone should wear them. If it's not your body type, if it's not this. And I was just like, she kept going on. I was like, oh, like I couldn't even finish it just because her rant was like just like soaked in insecurity and like
fat phobia. Also,
fat
you know what
phobia,
she
misogyny. Yeah, it's just like, ma'am, how is it affecting your life? Well, because you don't want to look at it. Well, that's gross to say.
And also, how does it affect you? Why do you? And also, so many times when I see on TikTok, I'm like, wow, that person really pressed play, watched it back, recorded, watched it back, and was like,
submit.
I ate that up, post it. I'm like, you had the opportunity so many times to not post that.
Do you think that they ever have that conversation with somebody else, or is it just like something that they've had some like internal dialogue on and they're like, I need to share this with the world? Because I guarantee if they would have talked to at least 3 people, people would have been like, ooh, not the take I'd want to go with, at least publicly. You can always use your friends as sounding boards for the shit that you would never say out loud or on a public platform, you know, because you're just like, you get me. So I can say this in front of you. Obviously nothing like, I'm not talking about anything.
No, nothing but
problematic.
There's obviously to an extent. But yeah, talk shit to your friends like a normal person if you really feel that way. But if another human person is not hurting anyone else, infringing on their rights, and just living their life and making a choice that you wouldn't necessarily make, and it does not affect you, stop yapping. You're probably yapping and you have the option. This is a no yap zone. This podcast is a no yap zone. If we have something to say, it's not yapping, it's important. But like that shit, I'm like, girl, it was such a bad look. And I'm like how people are like, oh, my summer bodies. Do you know how to have a summer body? Have a body during summer.
Have a body.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Summer's
Why do you
getting
care?
whatever body I got.
Right.
How about that?
Right.
Because you know what? Summer house, ice cream, hot dogs. I mean, hot dogs are year round, but like, you know, Aperol spritz. It has too many like wonderful things I want to enjoy in the sun to worry about caloric intake or whatever the fuck else. Like,
do you know what is the best? I mean, you're a sandwich shop owner. There is peak summer behavior. You go for a swim in a pool or the ocean, you're a little sun kiss. We wearing our SPF, so not us as much, but because I have a big hat, I'm like into any type of sunshine. But you're just like tired, getting a sandwich out of a cooler. That sandwich out of a cooler, it's cold, you put chips in it. You have some type of bevy. Could be honestly, it could be a pop, but like you and I are having something with alcohol in it. And it is just, what's better than that?
Nothing.
Pool snack?
I don't know. Yeah, my favorite, when I was younger, I have such like memories of going to like the pool at the rec center. And they had like this snack stand and I get like all kinds of like candies. And I would always get like a Coca-Cola and it'd kind of sit in the sun and get a little warm, but it was still like bubbly. Like there's,
when you put your lips on the can, it's like.
That is one like memory, you know, what do they call it? Callback, nostalgia. If I drink a warm Coke sitting in the sun, which I haven't done in years, I'm going to be immediately transported back to the summer pool. Sometimes when there would be kids that would take a shit in the pool, they'd have to get everybody out. That was the worst day ever. when somebody pooped in the pool?
No, it was devastating. I mean, it was such a specific thing. And we had a place called Wild Waves where I grew up. It was like maybe 30 minutes south of where I lived. And it was disgusting. It was like this nasty, it reeked of chlorine 2 miles away because there was so much yuck. The amount of time I think that I spent in the lazy river when it was a lazy river of urine is what it was.
I was still going to lazy river.
Oh, I mean,
oh my God.
I would too. I mean, but not there. And there was like Band-Aids floating everywhere. They had a wave pool that was like, it's gold. The wave pool should have been called Trying to Kill a Kid Pool because I'm pretty sure like that happened. And like, you just got absolutely, there's like huge waves. You're getting rocked. And I think it was like maybe $35 for a summer pass. And my parents we were not getting like proper childcare. So in terms of latchkey, they got us summer passes and would drop us the fuck off for 8 hours and would be like, bye, good luck, because there'd be lifeguards. So they were like hopeful that we'd make it out.
Oh my God. I remember fighting for my life in the wave pool a couple of times because if you didn't have an inner tube, your head is getting squished between inner tubes as the waves go.
And there's like some really enthusiastic adults that need to not be near the children in those wave pools that don't care about you. They're like, fuck them kids. And just knocking you out. I remember my skull like hitting the wall and like I also was not a good swimmer at the time. And like, why was I there?
Yeah, I don't know. I can equivalent the wave pool to like a mosh pit and try at your own risk. Be prepared. Think about it.
Is that where that came from for me? I don't know. Maybe that was my origin. My like demon origin story for mosh pits was in
just
a wave pool.
It makes sense. I feel like the pipeline from wave pool to mosh pit is like very short.
Very linear.
It's direct.
Did you have a like weird gross water park that you would go to, or was it just a rec center? Like what was it like for you?
We had Seven Peaks and it definitely wasn't gross. I don't remember being gross, but I was also like young and to me like, I don't know, like whatever. But it was actually pretty nice. They had this one tube ride, a slide called Laser's Edge, and it was so fucking cool. They played Tequila Wipeout in the thing. So when you go down, it's like the music's blasting and it's completely dark, and then they have like lights on the top of it, so you feel like you're like going through space or something.
That's your Tequila Katie origin story. Right there. We just figured it out.
Yeah.
I mean, we had water slides that like probably could have decapitated you. And then there was also
they have.
So they had part of it was like mostly I'd say 75% water park, Wild Waves, and then anyone from the greater Seattle area too is listening to this freaking out, but I'm sure other people have a shared experience. The other part of it was normal rides, like non-water rides, and we had a ring of fire, and no one should have been on it, but particularly not children. And I was so small. I remember when we go to the top, we thought it was fun. I would slide out, and so I'd put my hands up, and so I was basically doing a handstand on the roof of Ring of Fire, like holding myself in. And the fact that no one died on that ride and I was just like, wee!
Is it one where you like circle the drain?
No, you go up. So it like you're in a giant circle in like a cage, basically, or not even a cage because there was openings, and you go around.
We're talking about regular rides. Okay.
Yeah, okay. regular rides, and I'm like holding, and I remember the feeling in my body if I don't have my hands up, I will go out the side. Like it was basically just like a dainty seatbelt, like not even on your shoulders, nothing. Anyway, I survived that.
Holy hell.
It's probably my resilience pipeline. So it was just setting me up for all the horrors of my teen years and early adulthood. But
amusement parks and water parks were just really building character.
Maybe I wouldn't have gotten through my mom's death so well had I not gone through that ring of fire. We just don't know.
Well, I went down to the burning ring of fire.
Someone asked me the other day online if I had Scorpio in me because they're like, your dark sense of humor. And I was like, no Scorpio. Should we tell people our big three? Do you know what summer means to me?
What does summer mean to you?
Vessi. One word can sum it up.
Born from a love for the outdoors, Vessi footwear is designed to help you step confidently into any adventure. From sun-soaked streets to unexpected summer showers.
Which, like, we've been experiencing in LA. So,
yeah,
thank God
True.
We have this to help us prepare. I'm definitely going to be packing my Stormburst low-top Vessis with me for our summer trip because they're perfect for any terrain and any weather. Embracing every splash with Vessi's technology ensures that you stay cool, comfortable, and most importantly, stylish. From city walks to beach escapes, the Stormburst comes with an excellent grip, ensuring you're prepared for all those unpredictable, slushy surprises on your summer explorations.
Agreed. And I'm also bringing my Vessis on our trip because I want to match. Just kidding. Because they're perfect for both beach and pavement walks and even mountain trails, if that's your thing. They're just perfect. I brought my weekend sneaker with me to Joshua Tree, and they were just the right shoe for that.
Mm-hmm.
The weekend sneaker is all about versatility and comfort without sacrificing style.
Yeah, they're great to get lost in Joshua Tree because you'll be real comfortable all
For
day
moon
long.
gazing in the middle of the night.
Yep. The other day I wore my Vessies to coffee, and then we decided to go on a cute little walk, as we do, around the neighborhood, and I didn't need to pack a change of shoes. It was so convenient and lightweight and breathable. Design makes these sneakers a joy to wear all day.
Elevate your summer activities with Vessi's Stormburst and Weekend shoes. Discover more at vessi.com/disrespectfully. Get your pair today to get an automatic 15% off your first purchase at checkout and be ready to stay cool and dry.
Ready to embark on the ultimate summer adventure? Dive into excitement, embrace the thrill, and create unforgettable memories. Visit vessi.com/disrespectfully to find the perfect blend of style and practicality in shoes designed for urban getaway and enjoy an instant 15% off your first order at checkout.
By now, everyone knows how we feel about our everything showers.
We take them so seriously.
Very seriously. And if you're a longtime listener, you know that a key part of our showers is Osea. Also, you know that feeling when a scent just brings up a memory.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I use Osea, I'm immediately brought back to just that incredible vacation feeling.
Fresh. Osea's Undaria algae body oil smells like summer, bottled with all natural, uplifting notes of mango, mandarin, grapefruit, lime, and cypress.
And while I love how Osea smells, this body oil is also clinically proven to instantly improve skin's elasticity, which is really important, and deeply moisturize, leaving skin silky and soft.
Oh, you shellac it on and you're like, am I hotter?
Just lather myself in that.
Yeah, it not only makes you feel like you're at the beach, but also makes you look like you've just come from the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I personally love the cute little summer glow I get after a day at the beach and feel like Osea gives me the same glow. It delivers that coveted post-vacation glow like you just returned from a tropical getaway.
And right now, you can get 10% off your first order with our code disrespectfully at oseamalibu.com.
I really do love how my skin looks and feels after using the Osea algae body oil. I not only feel like I'm glowing, but also sculpted and buttery soft. Like, I like putting it on and then putting the Osea lotion on over it. It's just like, you're so silky.
Dayna and I talk about this all the time, but it's super important for us to use clean skincare. Osea is clean, vegan, clinically proven, seaweed infused, cruelty-free, and climate neutral certified.
Get healthy, glowing skin for summer with clean, vegan skin and body care from Osea. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code disrespectfully at oseamalibu.com.
You'll get free samples with every order, which we love, and free shipping on orders over $60. Head to oseamalibu.com and use code disrespectfully for 10% off. Yours is Leo.
Leo sun, Sag rising, and Virgo moon. What are yours? I think you have Scorpio, don't you?
No.
Fuck.
No, I'm trying to think. Well, maybe
Capricorn?
it's Sagittarius. That's where it comes from. I'm Cap, Sun, Pisces rising, and Aries moon.
The fact that your rising is not a sun is very surprising to me. That's crazy. That is Pisces.
The fact that my rising is what?
That it isn't a fire sign is crazy to me. The Aries, your moon is,
Yeah.
but that's nuts.
No, I got air. Wait, no, Pisces is
Water.
Sorry.
Those crybabies. Just kidding. I have so many Pisces in my life and I love them. Just everywhere.
Yeah, I have
I love
no
them.
air in me. That's what I'm saying. I have no air, just earth, water, and fire.
Leia, what's yours?
Mine is Aries moon. And then I get confused between the other two, but it's Pisces and Leo.
Well, when's your
What's
birthday?
your birthday?
March 29th.
Oh, you're
Okay,
Pisces.
so you're a Pisces and you're a Leo rising.
There we
Ow.
go. There we go.
What's your baby going to be?
A Leo.
Just FYI, I also read online because someone was talking about their birth story and it was like Courtney's, like the very quick. She did not get an epidural and was very upset about it.
Oh.
And they ended up giving her laughing gas. And she was like, so many of my pregnant friends didn't know that nitrous is an option. So they wanted me to tell you that.
Oh, thank you.
Just FYI, in case you get in a bind and you have no option.
Give me
for
the
pain.
No,
hose.
thank you.
Again, I'm like, give me the propofol. Why can't you guys just put me to sleep?
I want to feel nothing.
I want to know. I like whenever I've had like stuff where it's like relax, like at the dentist or something, and they bust off that nitrous hose. I'm like, thank you, more please.
Oh yeah, literally. I'm like, no, I'm still hurting a little bit. Can I have it back, please?
Just
Can I take one home? I'm like, blowing it out like a vape, like just getting my last few. 22 days vape free, guys. Feeling very excited
Amazing.
about it.
Yes.
I feel like I'm like in Biodome when they would just put the mask on them and the nitrous, and they're just like having a time
God,
getting
you
like
love
high
that
up.
movie.
I love that movie. I love Pauly Shore movies.
Son-in-law.
So yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Biodome Encino Man, though, because it's got Brendan Fraser, the hottest version of Brendan Fraser I've ever seen in my life.
The best version of Brendan Fraser. My God. Well, and also him in George of the Jungle. It's the same version of him.
And then The Mummy, dude.
I think The Mummy was my first like bi panic. Honestly, the entire cast, like every single one. Great movie. I rewatched that recently with Raleigh, and it was shocking, I would say, about how it's. I saw it in theaters, and I was like maybe 8 or 10. It was scary when I was little, like really scary, and now it's laughable, obviously.
Well, I mean, yeah, when you're young, it's like, and also like now I don't know, movie the technology in film. Is that what it was called? The advances that
back in my day.
The one that's still like I feel like isn't too cheesy looking, but they did a really good job with the CGI that I think still holds up today. You don't watch it and you're like, is Jurassic Park? Like they really knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah,
with that one.
It is just so that forever. That also used to scare the shit out of me when I was little. The boom, boom, boom. I remember one time getting up to tell my mom there was a T-Rex outside because the boom, boom, boom. But we lived in a bad neighborhood and it was bass from all the cars driving by. She laughed at me. She's like, Dayna, there's no T-Rex. That's speakers on a car. And I was like,
that's Junior just rolling down the road.
Someone's bumping Coolio, and I'm like,
Would you go to Jurassic Park if it was real? And it wasn't gonna, like, let's say it was a real place, open for business. People were coming home alive.
Of course I would. That would be my Darwin moment. Are you kidding me? I love scary animals so bad. I would book it there. Would you?
Of course. But I would maybe, I don't know. I'd be like, can you choose where you want to go? Like, I just want to see some like long necks and triceratops and like, I don't know.
So you're not going to the
T-Rex zone?
You're not going to the raptor paddock.
I don't want to see raptors.
I deeply want to see raptors.
I'd maybe see like a pterodactyl. But triceratops and long neck, like, I watched Littlefoot.
Littlefoot. Ugh. That fucking traumatizing ass movie also.
Between that and The Brave Little Toaster, like, that's why we're so resilient, actually, because we were exposed. And The Lion King too, exposed to like such traumatic events in these kid movies where it's like, I don't know. I remember being really deeply upset in those movies.
Because they're upsetting. I watched when Lenny was like 2, we showed her Lion King for the first time. We're curious to reaction. She was so like upset. She was like, why won't he wake up? Why wake up? Wake up? It was like,
if there's any scene in any movie that I skip, that one.
Horrifying. Just like, why is anyone watching that? Long live the king. And just like, then Simba, and then it's like, oh, and by the way, Simba, it's your fault. Like, what? He's like the Billy Zane of Lion King. He's the Cal.
Yeah.
Scar. He's
for sure.
What a dick.
Doesn't give a fuck about anyone but himself. Oh, that was wild tangent.
Yeah. So again, we talk about movies so much and poo, but really quickly, because before we were recording, we were talking about tetanus. Because what did you say that you got it because of?
Oh, okay. Well, because
tetanus shot?
Normally they just call it your tetanus, but when everyone was having babies a few years back, they were like, you have to have a flu shot. Okay, cool. I usually get those. And then a whooping cough shot, which when you go, like they call it something else, but it is the tetanus shot. So I got that. And then at my next yearly physical, I got another tetanus shot. And then I don't know when at one point I told them that, I think it was just like another like follow-up that I had. They're like, are you up to date on all your shots? I'm like, yeah, well I had.
It's the Tdap or something.
Tdap. Yeah. I got Tdap. I got the whatever. And then I got my tetanus. They're like, so you've had 2 tetanus shots in a year? I'm like,
would that be wrong?
They're like, no
I'm just
more.
a girl.
I'm literally just a girl trying to like take care of my health. You know, I'm lucky, you know, to be here.
The reason I bring this up is because did you see at a concert recently, Taylor Momsen, aka Cindy Lou Who, aka a bat flew onto her dress and latched on.
Yeah, no, but first she was like, you guys are like trying to say something to me or point something out, but I don't understand it. And they're like literally pointing, and she looks down and she's like, fuck, I got a bat on me. Can someone come help me?
Yeah, she's like,
did it bite her?
Apparently it bit her. Here's the thing though. Just FYI, if you don't know this, if you come into any contact with a bat, actually they even say if you're like somewhere where there are bats and one gets in your room at night and you find it, or like you're in a home and it gets in, even if it does not touch you,
burn it down.
Especially if you're sleeping, burn the house. First step, burn the house down. Second step, go to the doctor, and you have to get the rabies series, because if you don't know if you've been in contact with it, you cannot risk it, because obviously once rabies sets in, as Michael Scott does his fun one for rabies will tell us, for the cure, it will kill you, right? It's like you can't help it, but you can prevent it very easily. So she had to go get the rabies series, and it's really nasty. I think it's like multiple shots over multiple weeks. But
Like,
imagine a bat
talk
just
about-
latches to your dress. Like, why did it do that? Also, why are
it's
you asleep?
It's pretty fucking metal, but you know.
No, it is. It gave
It's
her the memories of Cindy Lou were instantly erased when that bat clung on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were erased the minute. I don't know.
Make me wanna die. I don't feel like Pretty Reckless gets its flowers. I love that.
I know.
band.
Well, yeah, no, this means, but I feel like it's just I'm kind of like thrilled for her in that sense.
Mhm.
I mean, not about the rabies bit of it all, but
Mm-mm.
like
we're
girl,
not pro rabies.
that bat like chose you.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone like I've
Ozzy
never heard of.
Osbourne.
Oh,
But someone chucked that bat on stage, and he thought it was
Mhm.
fake, but also very metal.
yeah. See, you were in good company, Taylor Momsen. You and Ozzy, rock and roll.
The problem with bats is they're so cute that, like, have you ever seen a fruit bat eat fruit? Like
Yeah.
someone's like holding it, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, also, why are you all getting to hold these? I see many people on TikTok grabbing raccoons and different things with rabies, and I'm always like, what are you guys doing? But fruit bats,
Stupid is as stupid does. Those
mhm.
people are not smart.
Do you know that possums don't usually carry rabies because their body temperature is too low?
hmm We saved a baby opossum.
When?
Okay, so
Who's we?
me and Tom. So
Mm.
at our house, our old house, we had like opossums that would come and like get into our trash bins. Like we would always have to be careful. Every time we open it up, we'd have to look in to make sure there wasn't a possum in there.
I didn't know we had possums.
Oh yeah,
Is that stupid?
Y-
I didn't know.
yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, just checking.
There are little critters everywhere. But it would be terrifying when you would like open up the bin and one would look up and it'd be like, oh my God. Yeah, but I feel bad when they get into one of the empty bins because then they'd be stuck in there and they couldn't get out and it'd break my freaking
Oh,
heart.
that's so sad.
Well, one time there was like a little baby and we just had it in the backyard and we were like, you know, in like the sun and like on like a little like towel thing, hoping that the little cries would have like the mom come and then they'd find it. For like almost an entire day, like the mom never came. Like this little baby was abandoned. So we found like a
Wildlife rescue?
yeah, like a wildlife rescue, but also like a retreat or like a
Oh, it was going to Club Med, basically?
well, no, there's
Fun.
like there's a place in Malibu that like it's like a not a
Sanctuary.
retreat. Thank you, a possum sanctuary that where like if they are ever injured or people find them that they'll come and pick. Yeah, so someone came and picked up the little baby, took it.
Well, do you see how
They're so cute.
They are. Do you see how the mom possums carry them? They basically all cling to
Mm-hmm.
the mom, and there's like there's not a lot of real estate there to grab onto. It's like when you see a mom possum with all those babies, it's like a single mom who works too hard, loves her kids and never stops. But like, I can't look at that because I don't like big groups of small things and like holes. Like I talked about this, I
yeah.
can't look at like a bunch of holes. It literally makes me want to vomit. So I don't like it. But
It make me a little uncomfortable.
yeah, but I bet it just was like, ma'am, as it was falling, and she had to keep going for the brood.
Yeah, and I was so bummed. But yeah, we had always had. Apparently, they're called opossums, not possums.
Yeah,
because
it's spelled with an O.
when we were posting, I put this on social media. It was like it was an entire saga of the opossum.
I'm sorry, I can't
Shit.
recall your opossum rescue, but the thing is, people who correct you if you say possum and they're like, it's opossum. I'm like, oh, can you shut the fuck up?
You're like, okay.
Okay, loser. Loser.
But yeah,
Well, who knew you were
I-
the Steve Irwin of the Valley?
look, all little critters. No, I'm like Snow White of the Valley. All the little critters come to me.
4 feet good, 2
We
feet
had
bad.
lizards in our backyard that would like climb on the little like
Well,
wall.
You know, I try to catch them
Yeah.
in their natural habitat.
Yeah.
I fucking love a lizard deeply. Give me any lizard. Give me a bearded dragon. Give me an iguana. Any lizard. I love a snake. I love reptiles.
Not
And
me.
I
I
like to pick them up if I can, mostly for sport, just to see them. I don't think they have rabies, and then let them go. Set them free.
I don't. No, I don't touch.
Mm.
I don't like.
Have I talked about my love of caimans before?
No.
They're tiny. They look like tiny. I would say between an alligator and a crocodile, more because alligators have rounded snouts and crocodiles are pointed.
Mm-hmm.
But they're very small. They grow to be like 2 feet. and they're so cute and they make gecko-y noises and people have them as pets. I would love to have a terrarium and love to have one, but in terms of having a soft cat, I'm like,
oh yeah.
imagine you come home and the cat is missing and the caiman just looks happy.
God.
Like, I don't know.
Okay, of the lizard variety, I would probably be down with a chameleon because they like grab.
I
want it to like
this.
I want it to hug my finger with its like a little like it has like little hands like this.
Very, very cute. I don't know what they're called, but they're giant
and they
black
reach
lizards.
when they reach and they're like
Yeah, you have something you want and they do it in slow-mo.
Oh my God, it's cute.
I don't know what they're called, but I've seen them they're called black dragons, I think, or something, but they're huge black lizards. And I want one so bad. It's like, I mean, and on my farm eventually when I have one of every black animal, like it's just, they're so cool.
Yeah, I'm good. Only the chameleon.
Okay.
And anything cute that I can cuddle with.
I mean, the people cuddle with the caimans. I'd be doing that. They're so cute. Just like I fed an alligator bologna when I was in Louisiana a few years ago.
From like
on a stick.
Oh, God.
Someone had it on, someone had it on in their pond and they did it all the time. His name was Boots because he had boots. He was very cute.
Oh, so
And-
he was like the friendly neighborhood
Yeah, and
alligator.
they'd stomp on the dock and then Boots would just come and go, like open his mouth because he knew. And then, I would just fed him
Okay, I guess
bologna on a stick.
that's different. But you see these people that are just like trying to fuck with gators, like just
They're asking for it.
yeah. And I'm just like, if you get your hand bitten off, all you have to do, of course, thank you more, please. Is that not the time? No scaly things when they're just, especially when they're like, oh yeah, they just leave their tail behind. Excuse me,
Like what?
they just ditch their
If
tail.
if a predator
Ugh.
grabs them, they're just like, same with octopi, octopuses. If a shark bites off, they just bail and they'll just regrow another one.
I'm gonna throw up.
Like what? Imagine something rips your arm off and you just go about your day. You just head to Erewhon.
And then
Like,
like as
what?
your little one's growing, your little hand comes out of your
You
side
got a
or
strong
something.
hand.
Ah, I'm growing a new one, everybody.
That's like in Men in Black when they use that gun to like shoot the head off, but it
And
like
his little head pops back out.
mhm.
Worms do that too, right? They just regrow their head
I don't know.
and like become two different worms. Like if you cut a worm in half, they'll just become two worms.
Is that what you were doing when we were at Wild Waves in our childhood in Seven Peaks? You were cutting worms in half, you little freak.
That is so sick. Worms.
Do you want to take a pivot and talk about something really disturbing that I heard today?
I'm already disturbed, but go
I know.
ahead.
Okay, this
Was
is
that
yeah.
not already disturbing?
Like,
this is legit horrifying. So I heard this today on The Daily and one of my favorite podcasts. It is about deep fake nudes in middle school and high schools. So a group of this has been going around. Like you remember when the Taylor Swift deep fake nude happened and like AI, there's a lot about it that's great, but there's a lot about it that's really scary. And a group of boys were taking photos of girls from like prom and normal things and turning them into nudes. And they did a group of like 40 girls, which is obviously so violating and traumatizing, but there's no laws around it because it's such new technology. Child porn only exists if the child in question is in a suggestive position or compromising, but why there's no laws around this, if she's just standing there but naked, it's okay right now. And these girls are 13, 14, 15, and these boys are basement
Ew.
behavior. But the school in particular, they were interviewing this girl when it happened in the group. Rumors were happening and it got out that these boys had done this to these girls. Over the intercom, they listed every single girl to come to the principal's office to tell them you've been a part of this group. They took the boys out privately one by one from their classrooms. So it's like early and often that there's this discrepancy in how women are treated versus, victims
women-
are treated versus
Yeah, they're like
perpetrators.
non-entity, but then the dudes are
Protected.
Yeah.
Like what, their privacy matters? I was like, name them. I
Name
know
'em.
they're 15-year-olds, but I was like, name them. I want their names.
I want their parents' names, all of the whole family.
Anyway, isn't that
Isn't that
so scary?
it kind of reminds me of that scene in A Walk to Remember when they
First thing I thought of.
they do a very like slop job of it, but they put Mandy Moore's character, her head on like a sexy body, and you can totally tell it's not real, but still, like, how traumatizing for being this like quiet person in school minding your business, and then you're getting like completely just bullied and destroyed by people because for no reason.
Well, they addressed that. When I was listening to it this morning, they said for years now, people have had that ability, but it's the fact that it can be mass produced and it's so realistic, which is so different. But yeah, it's horrifying. And whoever is doing that or thinks that's okay is just like, it's just a whole new way that younger generations are being victimized, and it's so scary to me.
Well, you think what, because it's not real? Well, it's just AI generated. It's not your real body. It's like, but that's my real face and head. It's still like my likeness attached to something that I didn't do or I'm not okay with. And once it goes on the internet, like that's forever. Getting stuff scrubbed from internet is not an easy task, I don't think. So,
well, and in terms of consent, and it's just like
that. Well, yeah, I mean that's
like
it's taking it just one step further. Yeah,
people who are finding that jobs, whatever, don't know that is a fake, first of all, and that it wasn't consensual. And it's just like it's starting to me to sound a little bit in the revenge porn realm, which is also disgusting. Hopefully, the laws catch up to what's happening, but yeah, it's freaky.
Yeah, I don't like that so much.
The way that people came here today and were like, "What are we going to listen to?" And it's like lizards, amusement park, deep fakes.
Well, what else would they expect?
I know.
He is who he is.
Last week, we talked about one of my favorite topics, naps, and realized why I love them so much.
Did you?
I did.
You did.
Yeah, it's because I love my Boll Branch bedding. Like, you're a couch girly. I am a bed girly through and through.
I mean, there's nothing better than soft, breathable, all new bedding, truthfully.
The night I changed my bedding to Boll Branch, I slept like a bebe. Hadn't happened since the early 90s. You can feel the quality immediately, and with each wash, the sheets just get softer and softer. I love washing them and then getting into and you just notice it immediately.
Do like
little feet crickets?
Little feet kicks.
I feel like I'm sleeping in butter. I can't believe it's not butter.
I've been traveling a lot and I actually miss my bed so much when I'm away because of my Boll Branch bedding. I got the juniper colored sheets and I love how they look in my room. I just feel happy when I get home and I can just climb right into bed. I look forward to it all day long.
You love your bed moment at the end of the day. I feel luxurious too. I'm like, am I royalty? Boll Branch's signature sheets are the perfect way to start upgrading your sleep.
They're made with the finest 100% organic cotton and are completely free from toxins like synthetic pesticides, formaldehyde, and other harsh chemicals.
You want to go into a deep sleep. You don't want to feel like you're at the morgue. Before making a purchase, I always read reviews, and they've got over 11,000 five-star reviews. They also do a 30-night worry-free guarantee, and I worry a lot, so it's amazing. You can wash, style, and sleep in their sheets for an entire month. If you don't love them, send them on back.
And it's not just sheets. Boll Branch has the airiest blankets if you're a couch snapper like me, most cloud-like duvets, fluffiest pillows, and so much more.
Boll Branch signature sheets come in 14 versatile colors in all sizes from twin up to California King for our California queens.
Sleep better with the softest, most breathable bedding from Boll Branch. Get 15% off your order when you use promo code disrespectfully at bollandbranch.com.
That's Boll Branch, BOLLAND branch.com. Promo code disrespectfully. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Hey, Disrespectfully listeners. This episode is proudly brought to you by Lolavie, an award-winning hair care line founded by the ever fabulous, ever iconic Jennifer Aniston.
That's right. I love summer, but summer does not love my hair. And it's not just the humidity and the frizz, but it's also going to those pools and that chlorine. You know, it's such a shame. The ocean water also wreaks havoc, and the sun, of course.
The sun, I mean, hello, my freak chlorine bleach accident of 2020 nightmare. Jen got tired of the damage and the struggle of having to choose between hair products that work and ones that are actually good for us. So she decided to create what she was looking for.
Let's dive into Lolavie, your ultimate summer hair saver. Created with the finest natural clinical ingredients, Lolavie ensures your hair feels as luxurious and as carefree as a summer breeze.
Say goodbye to sun damage, tangled hair, and hello to shine, strength, and elegance. Summer is a season of confidence, and Lolavie embodies that spirit. I just saw a video of Jen Aniston too the other day, and she is aging in reverse, and her hair looks amazing.
I completely agree. And for a limited time, you can get an exclusive 15% off your entire order at lolavie.com. Just use code disrespectfully at checkout. I mean, if you're taking hair care advice, why listen to anyone besides the woman who gave us the Rachel?
I personally love the glossing detangler, which you knew I would love. It's so amazing. I literally use it every time I wash my hair. It detangles, primes, enhances shine, improves manageability, and protects your hair from the damage, making it a must-have addition to your summer routine.
I love what Lolavie does to my hair, but I also love the way it makes my hair smell. The signature scent fuses zesty citrus, calming rose petals, vibrant lemongrass, cooling green tea, earthy woods, and a subtle hint of musk.
Check out Lolavie's products at your local Ulta Beauty location to experience the luxurious scent for yourself, or head directly to their website at lolavie.com.
As our loyal listeners, you'll get an exclusive 15% off your entire order when you use code disrespectfully at checkout.
That's 15% off your entire order at lolavie.com with promo code disrespectfully. Please note you can only use one promo code per order and discounts cannot be combined. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please, please, please support our show and tell them we sent you. Your hair will thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I was trying to desperately think, okay, so on TikTok, there's this trend that's like, I remember when I lost my mind. And then people are like talking about really cringy things they did to try to get a crush's attention, like at some point in their life. And some of them are so, like my crush said that he liked like fitness girls or something like that. And then she has this like really cringy video of her at the gym, or like, I remember my crush told me they liked musicals, and so then they posted a video of them like trying to sing some like show tunes. Or the one they're like, my crush said they like exotic girls or something, so they're trying to like lip sync along to some like song in Spanish, and they're doing a terrible job at it. It is. I'm like, y'all are so brave. Even if I had proof of me being absolute cringe just to get someone's attention, I would never. No, I'm not posting that. But thank you for posting yours.
I can't watch them. I've started to scroll past because my cringe threshold is so low. That's like part of the reason I don't watch a ton of reality TV. Like I can't take it when there's something cringe happening. And yeah, these people they're really putting it out there. Like I can't even think of anything that I've done on the internet, but also we're old.
Was there anything you ever did when you were younger to get a crush's attention because you knew they would? I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Plenty of IRL stuff that. Also, I just watched Titanic, so we were talking about it. I'm like, I don't even have a picture of him. It only exists in my mind. And I'm like, thank God it only exists. It's still, throughout the day, it'll pop in my head and I'll be like, but at least no one else knows that besides me and the person. Yeah, I did all kinds of cringe stuff. I mean, I smoked weed for 3 years that I hated multiple years, but like that I hated to try and get someone to love me. Like, what is that?
Yeah, that's taking it a little too far.
Yeah, I did drugs to be like, yeah, like me now. I'm cool.
I'm trying to think if there was anything I ever like said or did. I mean, probably, but I don't think it was anything nothing. I don't ever have moments where I'm like, oh. I mean, there's definitely moments where.
Do you have those in general at all about anything in your life?
Oh yeah, no, I'll think about things that I said years ago that I'm like, oh, why did I say that?
I think I do more embarrassing things than the average person. Like I've had a pretty embarrassing life. And it just is what it is. But fuck, I've made so many bad choices that are just cringe that I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, no, definitely like whenever like alcohol's involved or something. And then you're like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on my Instagram stories and just embarrass the fuck out of myself.
Oh my God. You wake up in the morning and your story is tiny dots.
Do you know what I also don't get? No offense to anyone that does this, but I truly don't understand it. And I wish people would like stop doing it. When people post pictures or videos of themselves crying, dude,
I'm so glad you brought this up.
Like, and I would think I'm a very pretty crier, but I still am not. When they're just like filming themselves and they're just crying, I'm like.
There was one that was controversial recently. This woman was videotaping herself crying, making a cake because she was a single mom and like had to make her own cake for her kids, and people had that take. They're like, and I get it, that is sad. But again, you set up the camera, you click record, you record yourself crying, you then watch it back and you're like, ate them up, and then you post it with hashtags. And I'm just like, yo.
When someone's doing something and it's hitting them in their feels and as a result they start crying, like maybe that wasn't their intention when they were doing this to begin with. But the people that they're just crying. And they're like, I know what I'm going to do right now. They start filming themselves. And then do they like wipe their tears and watch it back? They're like, yeah, that's good. What?
No, it's so weird.
I don't get it.
I remember seeing one of a couple. They were like, the text was like, after 5 years together, we've uncoupled and blah, blah, blah. And they're hugging, crying. And I was like, wait, before you're having this moment, one of you was like, wait, let me set this up. Okay, action.
I truly don't. I don't know, but
there's some things that should stay private.
I would rather like watch people like laughing at their former younger selves doing cringy shit to get their crush's attention than someone crying
2024
on their front facing camera.
Have you learned nothing, JoJo? I'm like, you guys, stop it, please. And yeah, we're not trying to be insensitive to people who've done that, but it's just
let this be a come to Jesus moment. Stop doing that.
We got to stop.
Because there probably is going to come a day where you're going to like grow out of whatever like phase you're in and look back and be like, why the hell would I ever do that?
Do you know what other one I hate? And this is in the same vein, but this is usually photos. Can't happen in a video. When people post photos of them holding a dead person's hand that they love, I'm like, okay, they're like, granny, whatever, has gone to the other side and like her little bracelet. Or like, look, I never once, after my mom took her last breath in our home, never thought as she was entering rigor mortis, let me grab her hand and show this to people. Like, it's traumatizing enough for me and my sister to experience. No one else needs to see that. So this is coming from the perspective of someone who has experienced that. If that happens and your first reaction is to take a photo of their dead hand to show people like you guys were close, I don't know what to say to you. Get off the internet right now. Like,
roll in grass, go for a walk, have a little drink or a snack. Like, get off your phone.
I think if that person was alive, they'd take that dead hand and slap you with it too. I don't think they'd like that at all.
When you said little bracelet.
What the fuck?
This is a hardcore judging zone.
Yeah.
Right now.
Some of you need to act better. And like, I'm not saying I've been a perfect person on the internet, but holy shit, I have never done that.
Of course.
Fuck. Have you ever seen it?
I've seen it.
That? Have you ever seen that? Because you just made a sharp face.
I've seen it. No, I've seen it.
Oh, no, of course I've seen it. I've seen it recently, but like, there's moments where you're like, wow, I really want to remember this. Let me take a picture. And it's never that. It's never me crying, holding anyone's dead appendage. Like,
what?
It's
goes through your mind. My friend Randy is also really passionate about this, and she listens to the podcast, so I know she's laughing really hard right now. She'll send them to me and be like, "Why?"
What about taking pictures at like the grave site or like of a tombstone?
I mean,
that's it's still kind of weird, but like that
I do, but I fuck with
I love cemeteries.
Have you ever seen the video of this one girl? Her like passion hobby is cleaning old like tombstones, headstones, whatever you want to call it. So
cool.
And she like really makes them nice, like, and brings them back to life. Like, it's really cool. But I don't know. I mean, I just think
I don't know. I don't think that. And also, we just deeply passionate about us. I spend time in them sometimes. But again, I draw the line at dead appendage. I'm like, you guys, that hand looks bad. We know what the rest of it looks like.
Well, even just in general, then they want to lay next to them before they pass and like take a picture of them. And poor like grandma, grandpa, it's like they look like I don't want my last photo to be with them on like literally on their deathbed.
My mom was so vain. Are you kidding me? I did get into bed with her after she passed and spend some time, and it was like
you weren't like,
moment. Imagine if I was like, and this isn't the time, it was in 2012, so it was like the beginning of Instagram. I was like, you know what? Let's Valencia this. This is gonna be good. Let's lo-fi. I'm like, imagine
Nashville.
If that is your reaction. Get out of that goddamn bed if it's just a photo op for you. So no, that's a real silly goose behavior to me.
That don't get enough attention, that they're like, they have to show these moments or crying and all that to get sympathy, to get cookies, to get cuddles.
And they usually edit it too, like in black and like they're sitting there on their phone, like making it black and white.
Look at this photograph.
If you are doing that kind of photo and then adding filters, like you're like, let me put this in my presets.
What's that thing like Visicam or whatever? The like
Visco?
Yeah, they're like, let's Visco this bitch.
Yeah. It has to listen, I want to post this, but if it doesn't match the rest of the feed, it ain't going in there. Like perhaps
it's gotta be my aesthetic.
Perhaps not. Perhaps it stays in your camera roll in the hidden folder. So no one else is
Yeah. So it's one thing for it to be when you were 16 and you didn't know better. And I do feel bad for kids these days because it's so much earlier that they're making decisions online before their frontal cortex is like, hello. But fuck. Please stop holding your dead relative's hand and putting it in our face.
I see grown-ass adults crying on their stories.
It don't make sense.
Or when they're like, here's a photo dump. You know, sometimes life is hard. And it's like a picture of them walking with friends, out at dinner, a picture of like whatever food. And then you scroll and it's like them just like having a a mentee bee on their lunch break. Like just, and I'm like, why did we throw that one in there?
I love your impressions of things when you do it really quietly, but it's like in uppercase but quiet. So funny. One of your better qualities.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't get it. Like, thanks for the photo dump of really cool things, but then like you crying. Photo number 6. Usually,
I think we've beat this dead horse. A lot of people do that. They cry about their dead horses. They cut the tail off because that's like an honor or some shit. And I love horses. I'm on equestrian TikTok. I love horses. They cut their tail off to keep it. Like I don't know. It's like some type of horse thing. Seems like a horse girl thing. But then they like are bawling their fucking eyes out. And I'm like, this is so upsetting. Please keep this for yourself.
Like I come to this place to laugh,
to
feel something, not for your. I don't know. Anyways, the closest I've ever been to horse TikTok is Hobby Lobby.
I watched one goddamn horse fucking. What is
that what it's called?
What is it called when someone has a fake hobby horse?
Hobby horse.
Hobby horse.
Yeah. Okay, that's the closest I've been is the hobby horse.
I don't understand the hobby horse.
And I sent it. No one does. And I sent it to you. Every single one of my videos now has been that I'm on the algorithm. And I saw one where this girl's boyfriend went and looked up on her TikTok hobby horses and liked 1 million of them. And she was getting all of her feed was it. And then she looked in her liked and she was like, "Who did this?"
I remember when we were at Disneyland last year, almost a year ago, and I was like. And I was showing you guys a hobby horse thing. And I was like, if my child were to be like, Mom, I want to be in hobby horse, I would be like, no.
I stand by my answer. I would let them do it, but it is weird.
No,
I would.
I would encourage literally anything else. I'd be like, why?
You're like, what about heroin? Have you ever thought about that?
How about
shooting up?
You want to smoke some weed? Do you want to have some wine with me? Do I like? I'll turn them bad before I let them get into hobby horse. And no offense if that's what you're doing, but like also like weird. You're weird.
Look, I saw the piece. I think the one I sent you was like this girl's on the floor retching. And she's like, "You think hobby horse isn't a sport? Look at me after my cantering." And I'm like, okay, so cantering is running with a horse. You're not cantering. You're going for a goddamn jog. And
you're running with a stick between your leg.
I saw that one that you were talking about.
And then they're like, when they're doing the point thing, and I'm just like.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's all right. I woke up today and I chose judgment.
Violence.
I want to just judge the fuck out of everybody right now.
Should we end on the vibrator settings video?
Oh yeah. Because I'm curious.
We're passionate about it.
I'm passionate about it. Vibrators, they have multiple settings. I want to know who's doing that.
Okay, so I saw a TikTok and it was a girl. It was like, okay, you guys, which one are we doing? And it was like, bzz, 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 bzz. She did it with her mouth and she was like, the, and then it was like, the, and it was all the noises. And they're like, are we just going in for the bzz?
Yeah.
It's like, okay. I think a man designed this settings. We only need 3 settings and it's boo, boo, or boo.
Yeah, no. And Christian, we only need an intensity knob on there. The different settings on Morse code on my clit, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Sorry.
Oh, speaking of Titanic,
sorry.
Let us know we're going down. I'm like, okay.
But who's that for? Were you into Hobby Lobby or Hobby Horse?
Oh,
why do I call it Hobby Lobby? Only people that did the they were hobby horsers.
The offense, yeah, the bzz, bzz, bzz. I'm like, do you like the fucking twist? You guys, it's so upsetting. We only need the 3 settings. Also, if you go right to blast off, you need to be studied. That is crazy. But it is so true. Everyone has 10. We each have a bunch of vibrators, a bunch of different styles. We're very passionate. I am so lazy. I haven't manually.
Oh yeah, when you have to go, what do you call it?
Manual. If you had to use your hand, I'd rather just go to bed. I'm like, it's not for me.
I mean, desperate times.
Would you still use your
Do
hand?
I get desperate? Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
No, I'm too tired. I just, I'm too lazy. I literally love my collection. Each one is better than last.
I believe
they
that
don't need all the settings.
Some have some added little bells and whistles. Like there's one that has like a little like knob that goes in a circle.
Yeah, but even that, I only enjoy 2 of the settings, 2 out of 10.
Well, it either goes one way or the other.
Well, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't need to be all fancy. And then like the one with the hole on it, you know?
The one that sucks.
Or exactly.
It's like the thing in the dentist chair when they're like, all right, spit.
Sometimes I do when I use it. We don't. Leia's face right now. Why are you horrified?
It's just funny.
Yeah, even that. It has like 50 things, and I'm like, you guys, this only needs to be sucked 1 to 2 ways, and it is perfect. So please, why are we overcomplicating this?
I don't know, but even like the Hitachi like back massager, it didn't go.
Yeah, like Sex and the City episode when she's like, you think that people are buying these to massage their sore necks? It's like, okay, do you know how many times with a lover I've been like, hey, let's get my vibrator out, and they sometimes get so insecure, and I'm like, this isn't about you. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you're bad at what you're doing, and I've given you enough direction, and it's just you're not ingesting the feedback. But nothing is more of a delight to me than when someone is enthusiastic about it.
Oh yeah,
I'm like 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get enough of it. So if we have any male listeners who deal with the clitoris, please get enthusiastic for your girl about that.
If she's wanting that, suggesting it, you probably don't know where it is.
Well, it's in the same way when you're like, keep doing that exactly. And then they start doing the merengue. And I'm like, babe, I said keep doing that. Do you not want me to orgasm? Is it your goal to make this bad for me?
Yeah.
They start to shimmy. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to shimmy.
On the same BPM, don't stop. Like
that's the equivalent of bzz, bzz, bzz. I was like, you were just going bzz, and now it's bzz, bzz, bzz.
Do you think, yeah, no, honestly, whatever you're doing was working. If you change it, you're going to lose me.
Yeah, we've lost the plot. And then I'm going to ask you to leave, and then I'm going to go to my
It's going to be like, I imagine all those people that are in the control center and they just take their like headphones off and throw it.
Like, damn it.
God damn it.
It's a bad broadcast.
Chuck it down there like, we're so close.
I don't know, man. It's not that complicated. Like, why?
Yeah,
why you have to
I
go
wanna,
and make this? This is the singing episode.
That's why you can tell that men are designing the features on the vibrators. What I'm saying. Because they think like, first of all, not the same thing as any kind of like thrusting pattern with the vibrating. That's not, those two don't translate. Mm-hmm. So.
Should we start a toy company? It's like the Avengers for women. That's what I think would be, maybe that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Who is in your basement this week?
Mine's like kind of funny, honestly. I watched the whole thing, but also like it was also cringing. So I was watching like the international whatever manhunt.
What is that?
It's like a pageant. And they're like, I'm so and so from France. And I was like, what the fuck? It was like I was laughing so hard and the comments were so funny. They're like, wow, I'm really happy to see the world getting together to compete their chats.
Why did I not see anything about this?
I posted on my story. You don't watch my stories. I'm getting a little upset about it.
You do this every time.
Do you understand the content that's on there? It's great.
It is great. It's not about you. I actually said this to Raleigh the other day because sometimes I'll see stories and they'll be at 22 or 23 hours. I just don't go through stories a lot. So then I'll go through and see it all. But then sometimes I'll miss something. So
yeah, they're doing this like manhunt pageant thing, which, but also just like.
What's going to happen at the end of it?
I don't know. They strut their little stuff. They introduce themselves and all of them had to like, France. And the other guy's like, I'm so-and-so from Canada. Like, I was like, who? Like,
maybe it'll end up being like the Hunger Games.
Where some of them like good looking. Yeah, I guess. But I was just like, who does this? The only one I was really wanting to see was, okay, all of them except for Thailand. The guy from Thailand. Get in the basement. Like, don't.
You liked the guy from Thailand.
He was.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope he won. But anyway, but that whole competition and everyone that's a part of it and the women, like, I was like, this entire thing, I mean, again, I watched the whole thing, but I was just like, oh, but the comments were giving me life because everyone was like, the fuck is this? So that's in my basement. I know it's not like terrible behavior, but it's cringe behavior.
No, that's what I love about the basement. It can be anything you want it to be. It's your basement.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of good looking men from all over the world going into the basement this week. So
it's like the comment section is sometimes like the sides on Thanksgiving. Like it ends up being the best part. Like love.
Yeah. Who's in your basement?
I don't know why I've never talked about her before, but I just saw a clip. Pearl. Pearl has residency in my basement. If you don't know who she is, she's just this like, if internalized misogyny was a person, it would be her. She's very pick me. She's basically says that like women today, you know, need to old school values of like only have value if they're married and need to be submissive. And, she's a pick-me, which is funny, and talks about need to be attractive, which is funny of her talking about needing to be attractive, because I don't typically talk about someone's looks, but if you are talking about other people's looks, you better be hot. You better be a 10 if you're calling other people gross.
Yeah.
And she's just repulses me. She sets women back and is, again, if you have these opinions, you can just share them with your friends. She was deplatformed on YouTube and I think her podcast or something because she's not only offensive, she's problematic. Her views are just not it. And I saw a clip of her talking about how women need to be, it's their job to be attractive for their partners. And it's okay if partners leave them because they aren't.
I saw some not stitches with this video, but people stitching talking about the issues with Pearl and how they're yeah, she might have the same viewpoints and want as some gross men out there. They're but she's not wanted by any man, and because she's not conventionally attractive. And it's I hate when people talk about conventionally attractive, but and this woman broke it down really succinctly and beautifully, because she just is anytime we're unpacking any trauma or bullying, it goes back to our childhood, and her being a tall girl for one and a redhead for one, I'm sure has some deep seated traumatic events in her. And it was, the way she said it was pretty great. But yeah, Pearl sucks.
Yeah, Pearl sucks. And I'm yeah, babe, if you know the secret to what men want, because she's an example of centering men around her life. She's not decentering. So it's why aren't you married? If you're the perfect, the solves. Anyway, basement.
I don't know. Should we do some Hometown Hero?
Let's do it. Holly says, hey, my faves, I'll try to make this quick. In episode 16, you were talking about LARPers and landed on it would be cool to date a guy who was a knight at the medieval times. I went on a couple dates with a knight of medieval times, and it was an interesting and bizarre experience. Love these kind of stories. If it relates back to please send in your stories that relate to this weird shit that we want to know about. This was a very long time ago. We met online and he seemed normal, so we set up a date. On the date, he was in knight mode the whole time, opening doors and being extra chivalrous, but he would not drop the act, calling me "milady" the whole time, called his car a chariot, did a cheers in honor and glory, and I even found out that the name he told me wasn't his real name, but his fake knight name he gave him for the show.
Oh my God.
I went out on a second date with him hoping bruh.
Okay.
I went out on a second date with him hoping that it was something he did when he was nervous and I could get to know the real him. We ended up at his house on the second date and the act continued, but he was hot, so I still wanted to make out. We went to his room.
Red flags.
His grungy mattress on the floor that didn't have any sheets should have been my final red flag, but I finally got the ick when he went to grab my boobs while we were making out and said, "May I touch your ample bosoms?" I found an excuse to leave after
Dayna,
that.
did you write this story?
No.
This feels like a story that happened to you.
No, this sounds like a story that happened to me, because she was so I went on a second date. I'm I found an excuse to leave after that. Not the cool experience I thought it was going to be. LOL. Love the podcast. Keep it up. We're not victim blaming. But girl, why'd you go on the second date? I've done that so many times. It does sound like me, but oh my God.
There was a really hot guy, Prince, whatever his role was at medieval times. And I used to think I probably could. But not if he spoke like that. I would hope that he would be that would just be the fantasy in the mind. But then he didn't refer to his car as a fucking chariot or try to speak in old timey talk. I don't know.
Well, what is this, method acting? Are you taking your knight of the medieval thing? So were you was this Jared Leto? Is that who you went out with? I don't know. But that's so funny. Thank you for writing it in.
Oh my God. Well, it's a great story. For the plot. Let's do a call for the plot. Okay. Sinead says, "Hi ladies. Greetings from an Irish girl, Sinead, who's following you from day one." Oh, on BPR. Thanks for watching.
Love.
Back in 2012, when I was a young and ambitious stage and production assistant, I toured with Liam Gallagher across Europe. A dream job, considering I had posters of Oasis on my wall as a teen. That was a dream.
Very cool.
I never stayed on a tour bus before, but I was delighted with how slick and well equipped it was, with showers and toilets and plush lounge area. After only my second day on the road, I woke up feeling particularly fragile. I carried on with my work and pulled through the day trying to pretend to the crew of 10 men that was absolutely fine. Inside, I feel like death. As I was passing our tour bus, all of a sudden, the party tummy decided to say hi, and I had to go to the toilet immediately. Oh, girl. No problem. I will just hop on our bus and relieve myself. All good, I thought to myself. Later in the day, when everything was set up for the gig, me and the crew gathered on the bus. As I walked onto the bus, I noticed everyone turning to look at me. Then one of them gestured to the toilet. As I looked up, I saw a handwritten note taped to the front of the toilet. Never shit on a tour bus. That's like the first rule of Fight Club. They tell you, don't shit on the tour bus.
Yeah.
I've never even stayed on one. I've been on one.
Well, even RVs and things. You're
not supposed to poop on those things. On buses, on nothing. Okay, anyways. True to form, I decided to deny, thinking it could have been any of these guys. Little did I know that this was a cardinal rule of tour bus life. And when one of the older roadies took me aside and said, here, listen, everyone knows it was you. Everyone on this bus is touring for decades. So you're better off just admitting it. I died a slow death of shame, absolute mortification, but a lesson to us all. Never shit on a tour bus. That's right. How? It's the second day. I imagine this was like weeks long and you're like, sorry, everybody.
I'm so devastated for that sucks. It like obviously maybe she should have known, but if no one told you, I get it.
But like
so
any tour bus I've been on, there's literally signs everywhere. Like, don't shit on the bus.
She had no Penny Lane guiding her. That's so sad. Poor thing. That is hilarious though. And one day we will not talk about poo on the episodes.
At least your stomach didn't hurt anymore.
Oh, there's no greater relief than relieving the party tummy.
Yeah.
And I'm also coining that now that I'm like stealing that from you. That's so funny. Party tummy.
Mm-hmm.
WWDD?
Yeah, let's do WWDD. Maya says, hi, listening from Alberta, Canada, and love you guys. We love you too.
We love you.
I'm a 25-year-old female. I married my college boyfriend. We've been together for 5 years, married for 2.5. We are very open and honest with each other and started to progress in the stages that you do in a marriage. Full-time jobs, bought a house, bought a car. Now time for the kid conversation. I told him I want to start trying next year or so, and he tells me, I don't ever see myself having kids. Being in the presence of kids physically disgusts me, and so on. He refuses to talk about it and won't give me any reasoning behind it and says he's been lying for our entire relationship. Being a mom is so important to me, and I want kids so badly. Would love your thoughts on this. You should have the kid conversation like before you get into a serious relationship with somebody.
Yes, but to me it sounds like
he was
when you
lying.
said he's been lying. So that's when I started reading this, the first half of it, I was like, babe, I'm so sorry, but yeah, you should have had that conversation definitely before you got married. But if he's admitting now he's lying, that is, why would you do that? And I had 2 notes on this. Number 1, you are only 25 years old. Please divorce this man. Like, can't really tell you what to do, but when I tell you he's now a proven liar about something so major, and you guys, one of you wants kids and the other doesn't, that's a pretty big problem. But the second fold of that is, please God, do not have a child with someone who does not want children.
Yeah.
Do not bring kids in the world with someone who doesn't want them. The child will pay for that.
100%. I mean, yeah, you're 25. I know that feels like a big age and it feels like you're old and all, but like truly you're not. You deserve to start over and find what you want with somebody who like has the same goals as you, and take it from somebody who, and I truly don't regret my time with Tom, but you know, there was definitely writing on the wall. There was red flags. There was things I overlooked years ago that are the same reasons why I left him. So
yeah,
those aren't going to change. And I think if he's lying to you, what else is he going to lie to you about? If you can't trust someone, you know, there's no foundation there.
Yep.
So sorry to be harsh, but like, yeah. Anyway.
Good luck to you also.
But good luck.
Alyssa says, first off, love you ladies. Say it back.
We
LOL.
love you.
We love you. Your podcast is absolutely freaking amazing, and I've been a big fan since the beginning. Feels like sitting around shooting the shit with your close girlfriends. I need some WWDD help. The short and not so sweet is that I've been battling the worst depressive episode of my life since February of this year. I'm going to therapy, adjusting my meds, and doing everything I should, but it's been months and I'm struggling to find the joy in life again. I want to be excited about going out, going on trips, hanging out with my friends, etc. How do you guys cope with this kind of stuff, turn things around, and see the good in things? I mean, first of all, I'm really sorry you're dealing with that. It's such a challenge, and it's very isolating when you feel like no one else around you really gets it. For me, I would say small wins is the way that I start climbing out of that. Like when I was coming out of 2020, the beginning of 2021, I was the worst I had been in a long time. I'm really happy to hear you're in therapy. really happy to hear you're on medication and that you're doing the things that you should. But like I started doing things also in tandem with that were more holistic. So like gratitude journaling, going on a walk, getting my face in the sun, making sure I start the day with like a glass of water, making sure I'm showering, like little things that sound intuitive when you're doing well, but then sometimes kind of fall to the wayside. So I think be patient with yourself and add in those other little steps and take note of it and like give yourself kudos for doing it. And I just feel like naturally it will start to improve.
No, I agree with literally everything you said about just like the little wins and like not trying to look at the whole of it and catastrophize the situation. It's easy to do that when you're in like the doom and gloom of it all. It's just doing the little things that you can do to take care of yourself that do make you feel better, like taking a shower, or just like trying to like clean up, or again, yeah, those things that seem obvious, but when you're in that hole, it's impossible. The darkest hours are just before the light. So any kind of like positive like assurance that you can give yourself, even if it's just that sort of like law of assumption, like just it's not faking it or trying to like bury any emotions, but just trying to already put yourself in the place that you want to be mentally. Wow, that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does appear.
No, it does. And lastly, I would say honor the space that you're in. Like pay attention to the fact that maybe you feel stuck right now, but you have taken steps to not go any further down a bad path. So don't look at what's ahead of you to get back to where you are as a whole, right? Like we were talking about little steps, but also really honor that. You've also done something to be proactive and get better. So look ahead and just be still where you are. It's okay to be where you are right now and it will improve. So we are rooting for you and we love you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Devin says, hi, ladies. First of all, I love you both so much. Wow, we're getting all the love today. I've been with my boyfriend for 6 years, lived together for 5, and I'm not so patiently waiting for this damn ring. We are in our 30s. How do I get him to move this along? I don't want a ring on a string either. LOL. Thanks so much. Someone said something on, I was watching it was a TikTok, but it was a clip from the Drew Barrymore show, and this girl was talking about, I don't know, some soulmate or some person he knew, but the part that he said was that, you know, a lot of women will view moving in together as like the next step towards marriage, where men don't view it that way. They just look at it as like the next step in like not breaking up.
Yeesh.
So I think, you know, because you feel like your relationship is like progressed and now you're living together and like you assume like the next step is marriage, he might not be thinking that way. I think you truly need to not wait and have a conversation to find out if like you're on the same page about it. I mean, I'm assuming maybe you've talked about it, but like, I don't know.
I haven't been married, so it's not that my opinion totally counts, but I don't think that the most successful marriages necessarily come from one person really wanting it to progress and the other person doesn't. And so how do you get him to move along? I don't think is the right attitude. I think the right attitude is having a conversation and just saying, this is where I am. Like, what are you feeling? Because if we're not aligned, I think we really need to take a look at things. And then you have to have the bravery to back up how you're feeling. Like you need to decide, is this a deal breaker for me? And then go from there.
Yeah. Honestly, I know it's sometimes when you spend so much time with somebody, it's like you don't want to break up. So you start sacrificing in some of the things that you want. I don't think this is something that you should sacrifice on. I think having that real like conversation with somebody, I mean, communication is just paramount, but communicating about where you're at in this phase and where you'd like to be and not betraying yourself and the things that are important to you. Same as the girl before with the kids.
Yeah. And you could be the whole right package at the wrong address. So also don't block your blessings. Like I know you love this person, but it's also very possible that they aren't right for you. And then you'll end up meeting the person who immediately knows. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. What a good feeling that would be.
Danielle says, hello, queens. Obsessed with the pod. It's the highlight of my hump day. So I'm 38, divorced, and have a 7-year-old daughter. I've been dating a truly great man for about 2 years, and conversations are brewing about moving in together. I love him and do want to take the next step, but I've comfortably settled into this cozy, quiet life where I have so much alone time and everything is where I want it. I'm really struggling with giving this up and having man around all the time. Ugh. Is this a sign I don't want to take the next step, or is my avoidant attachment style getting the best of me? Help. I would say, I don't think it's necessarily your avoidant attachment style flaring up. And I think the only person that can really answer that is you. If like, evaluating, or you and your provider, if you have a therapist, of in a neutral way, evaluating what's going on. I think it's totally reasonable that maybe you've just had your space the way you like it for a long time. Like when I've discussed, I've lived alone for a long time. I love having everything the way I like it. I love alone time. I love the quiet and being able to isolate when I need to and recharge.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's totally understandable to just be like, this is a big change, and change is sometimes hard. I don't think it necessarily means you're sabotaging your relationship.
No, and I think something that you gain after something like divorce, especially when you have a kid, you know, is you really gain a lot of like independence again, that, you know, especially when you haven't had that for a long time. And it's very easy to get not stuck in it, but very content and happy with that, because, you know, you did share a life with somebody. You did, you know, it might be more psychological than that, but I mean, I get it. Not wanting to give up that independence and that time and that space is more than normal. And I don't think it's an indication that, but I mean, maybe do a little soul searching as well and find out if it's just that, or if the person isn't right. I don't know. I think it's mostly just like you're feeling completely normal things.
Yeah, I don't think it's indicative of something wrong. I think that that's a totally normal feeling. So
yeah.
You Gucci. Send in your stories. disrespectfullypod@gmail.com.
In the subject, make sure you put Heuxmetown Hero or WWDD so we know what we're getting.
We love hearing from you. Literally, and again, Heuxmetown Heroes, any crazy story that you think we would relate to, it touches on a topic we've talked about, send them in.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Free way you can support the show. Subscribe. Give us 5 stars. Write a review.
Tell all your friends.
So we love doing this. And we love you guys. We love the coven.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Babe, you're gonna see the power of women. Like,
Disrespectfully.